You know
because I feel like I've just been winging it the past year and a half.
What has my channel been about? We're winging. We're on.
Indubitably, good sir.
By the way, it's Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland and
The Terminator.
And this is a 6-month review of WWE and NXT. I guess we'll just slam them all together.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You'll mostly talk about the NXT stuff. So, let's talk about some favorite moments before we get to the matches. Danny Bryan returned.
Yes.
Women had a Royal Rumble.
Yes.
The women were featured in a couple of the best matches of WrestleMania.
Yes.
They also had a women's Money in the Bank that wasn't interfered with by Ellsworth.
That came later.
Ellsworth or the interference?
Yes.
All right, good.
We also had Rusev Day, and yet more Rusev Days. And there will be many happy Rusev Days to come.
Always the happy Rusev Days. Shane has stepped to the side, seemingly. I think he might have had surgery for that hernia stuff and whatever, but...
Yeah, probably.
Paige, unfortunately, had to retire, but is GM.
Sami Zayn is out till 2019.
With both torn rotator cuffs. One sustained in a match with...
Jinder Mahal. Possibly. That's the rumor. I mean, that's what Sami said. It might have been during that match is when he thinks it happens. But, you know, when you're dealing with Jinder Mahal, it's like dealing with... Well... No, actually, he's not as bad as Enzo. What am I thinking?
No, but he was WWE champion last year. But
Enzo would break his own leg because he doesn't know how to fucking wrestle.
Simon Gotch.
Oh.
Seek out that interview if you haven't. So, but yes, there's been some good stuff. There has. Mania 34, despite the fever dream that it was, and I have no idea what it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Rumble might be the best pay-per-view WWE has put on. I mean, that's sans the takeovers. The takeovers have been really, really good.
Which is why I'm sporting the yellow glasses.
Yes,
because NXT is currently my brand.
Yes.
My brand, my brand, my brand.
Talking about...
My brand, my brand.
It's like the older version would be my brand or something like that. I mean, I'm the older one, obviously, so I would know.
I mean, you are brand. You're like flavorless oatmeal.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I know, but there's been some good stuff. Some Raws have been terrible. Some Raws have been good.
Yes.
SmackDown has been a little bit better than Raw, aka a lot better because it's been tolerable.
Yeah.
Because 2 hours is easier to tolerate than 3. But some stuff WWE got wrong, like Nakamura and Styles.
Yeah.
That should have been a whole bunch better than it was.
It should have been. But at the same time, it's WWE with Road Dogg on creative. And you know what Road Dogg's deal is, wins and losses don't fucking matter.
This is true, but I'm going to lay this more at the feet of Vince, and I'm going to lay it at the hands of Road Dogg. Because Road Dogg at the end of the day is
Road Dogg.
Roadhouse. Just starts kicking everything. Anyway. Waiting too long for Sasha versus Bayley.
Yes.
And now, I mean, we're recording this before Raw, so we don't know how the therapy thing's going.
Yeah, maybe we'll see the return of Dr. Shelby. That might get a pop from the crowd.
It would get a big pop.
But at the same time, it would have been great to have seen this a few weeks ago, a month ago.
2 months ago.
Possibly.
At Mania.
Yeah. I mean, pull the trigger at the biggest event. That would have been the greatest idea.
I mean, they sort of did in the Rumble, but then Naomi won it. By the way, do you remember that Naomi won the Women's Battle Royal?
Do you remember that Naomi was one SmackDown Women's Champion?
I do now. And I feel bad because I like Naomi.
Yeah, I made that crying Jordan meme.
God. Oh, Jesus. That's so great. One of these days
I also started a new game with John because he says Jesus so much, so I just respond with yes.
It's like, oh, God.
Yes.
See? There you go. Yeah, they really... I mean, they sort of pulled the trigger on it at Mania, but then the problem is they just let it go to the side for like 2 months.
Well, I mean...
They shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem. The Lashley sister segment, worst segment of the year. The whole Lashley Zayn feud was ridiculous, and I feel bad for Sami Zayn. Hopefully,
I think this was supposed to be like some kind of safe way to get him off the script, so people wouldn't quite miss him as much while he's out, because they don't have anything for him when he gets back.
But still,
yes,
this is Zayn being booked like shit.
Yes,
and Lashley did not come out sympathetic at all.
No. Well, you're gonna need a heel if you want to go up against the eternal babyface that is Roman Reigns.
Wait, they're gonna put Brock against Reigns again?
Yeah, they're going to do that too.
But... Yeah, they are. This is true. Lashley would be a much better heel. And speaking of which, Lesnar versus Reigns, boy, they get that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Mania.
And then they kept dragging it on and on and on. Hey, we've been going for like 3-4 years already. Let's just do this again. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I couldn't have summed it up any better. It's like the Mania 34 match is terrible. We'll get to matches in a bit. But Lesnar versus Reigns' feud was not interesting the first time, but I get why they did it. Okay. Yeah. And then they wait 3 goddamn years and they don't give Reigns a title. And then they don't give Reigns a title in Saudi Arabia.
That's not even hyperbole. Typically when someone says, and they waited years to pull the trigger, literally, it's been taking years.
And
when will the suffering end? Not in the past 6 months.
Yeah. SummerSlam, maybe. I don't buy that Lesnar's not going to work SummerSlam. He's probably not going to work SummerSlam.
Probably.
And other stuff. Now, this is my opinion, and I'm going to let you take away after this. To me, Shayna as NXT Women's Champion just hasn't been good.
Correct.
That's it. I mean...
in regards to NXT, like, in general, NXT has been a fantastic product since I started watching it in November, and only since then. Shayna Baszler, she's got potential there. She does. She's a charisma vacuum when she opens her mouth. She needs an advocate like Paul Heyman. So maybe when Brock Lesnar is done, Paul Heyman could be a voice for Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler cannot speak to save her life.
Ellering.
That might work.
Ellering would get her over.
Wow. Possibly.
Yeah.
And give her opportunities here and there to give some passionate promos when it's needed. But if you rely on her too much talking, it ain't gonna be so good no more. Other than that, Aleister Black. I'm a big fan of Aleister Black. God knows why. It's not like I grew up around people like that. He puts on a fantastic show. The Amish Destroyer, Lars Sullivan.
Broken jaw.
Yeah.
He wrestled most of that goddamn match with a broken jaw.
Yeah. Bravo, good sir. Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, God.
He's been heralded as the greatest active heel in wrestling, next to Cody Rhodes.
For me, Cody would be number 1, but...
And for most people, that would definitely be their number 1 choice, but it's one of those things where people consider him this close.
Oh, no. I wouldn't have any problem if people said Ciampa was number 1. No problem.
Yeah.
Because Ciampa's been that dynamite. Ciampa Gargano's been a great feud.
Yes, and when it finally concludes, they'll drag it onto the main roster for another 2 seasons of it.
Unfortunately. Yeah. And we will not get sick of it. Yeah, we will.
But what's to come, who knows?
Yeah.
But NXT's been a fantastic product this year, and I can only see it going up.
Here's my thing, and this is
you've got people waiting in the wings, ready to get their push when people get moved up to the main roster.
And they are loading it a lot. They can only take so many indie stars. So here's my thing.
Yes.
And what you bring up with NXT is good, and we'll get to the good matches, like at least my picks, and then you could throw other stuff in there. We'll do this in another, maybe tomorrow possibly. The women, how they book the women. Now they're booking them better.
Yes,
but
they have improved dramatically in booking the women in NXT. They're no longer getting the 2-minute, 3-minute, or no-minute matches like with Dakota Kai, when they decided to turn the camera away to go watch Andrade Cien Almas take on Aleister Black. That's another thing they've gotten wrong. Andrade Cien Almas has had 2 matches on TV since he debuted. 2. Andrade Cien Almas put on the first 5-star match with Gargano that Dave Meltzer's ever given. And despite what you think of Rave Dave Meltz, people do listen, and even he says this is strictly his opinion, and it doesn't really matter that much. But it is big praise.
It is. I do want to point out, though, its first 5-star match was 2011.
Well, I was going to say for a long time.
Okay, no, sorry. No, I mean,
I may have missed that in my my fervor.
You also got energetic, and I totally get that, because it was a great match.
Yes.
Yes, Almas needs to be used a shit ton better.
Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles? I'd pay to see that.
I think they should give him the U.S. title first.
Oh yeah, build him up. Don't Jinder Mahal him. But
though Almas winning,
except for Andrade Cien Almas can wrestle like a madman.
he is. Vince should love him because he's a brown guy that can wrestle. I mean, you knew I was gonna say it.
Yeah.
I mean.
But anyway.
Right. So let's get to the matches, and then we'll get to some other stuff here. Now, the NXT women's matches, there's been some good. Lacey Evans and Kairi Sane had a good little TV match. Go to Kairi Sane Baszler was okay.
And they ended that feud right where it was fine.
Yeah.
Lacey Evans is continuing her
ascent.
Yes.
Let's call it that. So, I got some takeover matches here. TV matches, we could mention Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne. Great UK match.
Yeah.
That 6-man match that you reviewed on the most recent episode.
Yes.
That was very good stuff. There's been a host of good TV matches.
That 6-man tag team with Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, Pete Dunne, that one was pretty good.
That one was pretty good.
But yeah, Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era.
Yeah, Mustache Mountain, Ricochet, and then versus the Undisputed Era. Oh, yeah.
That one was fan-fucking-tastic.
There's a great flow to it. So
it was pay-per-view level matches.
It was. That's right there would have been belonging on the TakeOver. Gargano and Almas, of course, we talked about TakeOver Philly, first 5-star match. Really, really good stuff. I would say it outshined.
Outshine.
Yes, it outshined. Alistair and Cole. Remember that? That was really good stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, Gargano and Almas cut a hell of a... I really thought Gargano was going to win. Like, there's no way he's going to win. I go, oh, God, he's going in. Oh, God, he's going in. And then Ciampa attacks him after
that was excellent storytelling.
It's great stuff.
And wins and losses do matter.
Yeah, people get invested. That's the one thing that I hated. I mean, it's like, you know, I got nothing against Road Dogg as a person. I mean, he was a shit wrestler. But he was just a promo. But he is a human being at the end of the day. And he's also a corporate shill. Maybe this is not how he truly feels. Wouldn't be the first time Vince mutes his guys.
Yeah.
But let's go to TakeOver New Orleans.
Yes.
North American Heavyweight Title ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
EC3, Ricochet, Dane, Lars, Cole, and Velveteen Dream. It is, of course, who won was Adam Cole.
Baby!
Adam
Cole! By a black.
But...
Beyblade.
B-Blade. That was good
Beer
stuff.
Belly.
Blair Witch. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, so...
Blase.
There we go. Wait, Shayna?
What?
Yes.
No, that's Baszler.
Oh, right. You said Blase. That was a really, really good ladder match with just a shit ton of spots.
Mm-hmm.
It just was. It was just really good. I know you really liked it. It might be the best match of the show. Had it not been for the 2 Gargano and Ciampa matches at TakeOver New Orleans and Street Fight at TakeOver Chicago.
Yeah, it's almost like they know how to put on a good goddamn feud. Can't wait to see how they mess this one up, but for now, I will enjoy it.
They will do that. Let's get to the best men's matches of WWE main roster. There's been some. Men's Royal Rumble. With me getting to cheer for Hurricane Helms for 6 months.
And they brought back 2006 Rey Mysterio.
They did. Brought back 1998 Rey Mysterio. I mean, good lord. Man was shredded. And he's competing in New Japan now. Rollins versus Reigns versus Cena versus Elias versus Balor versus Braun. The 2-hour gauntlet match.
Woo-wee!
65 minutes.
Although at some points we were saying, wow, this is still going. But we didn't lose that much interest in it.
No, it was really good. I mean,
keep our attention for 2 hours. It's a good goddamn job.
Really, really good. And Rollins lasted 2 minutes shorter than Okada and Omega at New Japan Dominion. God damn it, I gotta start watching some New Japan. Rollins once again coming up short against other men. I'll let you figure out what the joke I'm making there is. Anyway, that was really good stuff. And then Seth Balor and Miz.
Yeah. God
Seth
damn it.
Balor. The IC title match, the opening match for the main card of Mania 34.
Yes.
One of the best matches on the show.
Yes.
Though I'm going to have one match that is number 1 for me.
Okay.
I did not think I would do this. Curtin Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
Better than it had any fucking right to be.
Do we consider that a great men's match or a great women's match?
Why don't we just consider it both?
We'll call it a great match.
Yes, we will call it that. I don't like to give credit to Stephanie, but she was fantastic in this.
The fact that she actually sold for somebody that didn't have the McMahon, last name.
Yeah, that wasn't her dad trying to choke her out with a pipe 6 days before her wedding. The father-daughter I quit match. Ugh.
Familial abuse is not a great substance for a show.
So recently in June, what happened with 11 years ago? Family abuse. Anyway, moving on. So that was a really, really good match, though.
Yes.
I mean, Miz versus Seth Rollins, not Seth Balor at Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great match. Best match on the goddamn show. Braun versus Balor versus Rude versus Miz versus Joe versus Rusev versus Miz versus Kofi.
Yes.
Men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
That was a great one.
And I gotta be honest, I forgot Rude was in there. So much so, during my predictions, I mentioned Balor twice because I forgot Rude was in there.
Booby Rude.
Bob Rude. So.
Still remember that fucking Starcade ad, and they put him down as Booby Rude.
He was the droopiest of talents.
Just fingertips away.
Love that. I love
anyway,
that hashtag.
Sell it forth.
Best women's matches, and then we'll get to some of the worst men's matches.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I get worst women's too. But anyway, best women's matches: Sasha versus Asuka.
Sasha?
Yes, where Sasha was saved by Asuka after that dive when Asuka kicked her to avoid Sasha's weave popping off and from her
Sasha's head popping off.
Yeah, I was gonna say. The Royal Rumble match was really good with a lot of cool returns. Michelle McCool, of all people, eliminating. Excuse me! Oh, God.
But you forgot somebody.
Vicky. That was great. Vicky returned. God. The crowd popped. I popped. I was like, man, that's good. She was able to take a fucking character that shouldn't have ever gotten over and make that work.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Remember her old bit with Dolph Ziggler?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And Edge.
Yes.
And then Edge and Big Show. They made her out to be a whore. And credit to her.
And she owned that fucking role. Yes. That's for damn sure. But anyway.
The Women's Elimination Chamber match, despite the fact it was a little it has really good moments and the women did shine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was when the whole Sasha and Bayley thing should have come to a head, but
or at least
started to.
Yeah.
Well, it did, but
and then they gave up.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Asuka at Mania 34, Asuka's streak ending. That was shocking.
And Asuka putting Charlotte over with the Charlotte was ready for Asuka.
I would like to be ready for Asuka.
You will never be ready for Asuka.
I would never. She would kick my head off and it'd be worth it.
It'd be one glance, you'd be like, excuse me, I need to go use the restroom.
Nope, too late. Anyway, Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yes.
Good stuff. Anything Carmella was involved in, sorry, just it wasn't that good. She's not there. She's not good enough to do this. It's not going to turn into an angry rant. I'll say that for Raw. Shayna and Ember at TakeOver Philly.
She's on SmackDown. All right then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it was not going to turn into a rant about the women yet. But yeah, Shayna, we already covered that. Let's talk about the worst men's matches. Anything with Reigns and Lesnar. I give credit to Reigns for bleeding.
The stories told through those matches may have been bad, but were the matches substance-wise bad? Were they poorly wrestled?
I didn't like the Greatest Royal Rumble one. I didn't think you saw that one.
I did not.
It was not worth it. It was not Mania main event worthy. It wasn't. Like, it could have been middle of the card and it would have been fine. But as the main event, it was shit. My opinion.
Fair enough.
Cena and Kane in that pointless.
I see a lot of the Greatest Royal Rumble on there.
Two matches. Cena and Kane in the Falls Count Anywhere match that meant nothing because Kane returned and then Cena beat him.
Cena wins, lol.
Cena got squashed by Taker. Yeah, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder.
He seemed to have enjoyed it.
He did. Oh God. The Cena erection. Anyway.
Yeah. So, well, we can see that.
Nikki's like upset. Dick. No, literally.
Yeah.
Anyway. Jeff Hardy versus Jinder at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Whisper in the what?
So bad. What the fuck? Reigns versus Joe at Backlash because it should not been the main event. At all. Reigns versus Jinder at Money in the Bank. Though I will give credit to the crowd for just shitting on everything, and they did deserve it.
beat the traffic.
That was for Reigns and Joe.
Yes.
But the Reigns and Jinder one, Vince McMahon sucks. Just when they were allowed to say the CM Punk chant's good. I mean, and Lashley and Zayn and Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Zayn was hurt, so.
But the storyline leading up to it was just pure and utter trash. So, you committed 2 cardinal sins. You tried to pull a stolen valor for the sake of comedy. And then you also had the sister angle, and that was trash.
We didn't even mention the fact
garbage.
We didn't even mention the fact Alexa entered the year as champion and is now champion. As it was 2 months later.
Yeah.
Rousey has done well. Jax existed.
She hasn't disappointed. She
No.
hasn't exactly excited me, but she hasn't disappointed.
Right. There's been some good stuff. There's been some bad stuff. Hopefully the next 6 months are better.
Yes. So looking forward, let's see what happens. SummerSlam might actually be something worth watching, depending on how it turns out.
And NXT shall sally forth, as you would say.
Indubitably.
And he will continue to do the weekly reviews. But anyway, that is our review. What are some of your favorite moments, least favorite moments, matches, all that
leave them
stuff?
down in the comments. We want to hear about it.
We would have to read about it, though, unless they're audio comments.
Well, I mean, technically, hearing about something... I mean, there is such a thing as speech to text.
Wait, that's an option?
Possibly.
Man, I would wreck that with my phone. Anyway, yes, like, share, comment, subscribe, Twitter link in the description for both these. Both us.
Yeah.
These two guys. Anyway.
This has been Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I am not Jonn Ritland. I am the Durbinator. And you have a good night.
Until we see you for Raw.